Hi, good morning all. So let me introduce a new topic in database backups. So that is data pump. Okay. So let me give some introduction about this and how to take the backup. So before that, just we need to know about the syntax and how the command utilized and what are the pre-checks required. So let me take a simple text file which will give us a simple clarity about this. So data pump, this is one of the utility provided by Oracle database itself to take the backup of full database, a table space, table, schema. So all these are possible. Okay. So generally the database contains most probably full schema, that means users and table space and tables, right? Table spaces and tables. That's it. This completes the full database. So the data pump is the best latest model to perform the backups, online backups. This is one of the online backup method actually. Coming to the syntax, data pump has its utility. Those are EXPDP. EXPDP. This is export. EXP means export. DP means data pump. Okay. Export data pump, just like it is taking the backup, taking backup. IMPDP. IMP means import, DP means data pump. This is similar to restoring the backup. This is similar to restoring the backup. Now coming to syntax, how you can utilize syntax. First you need to mention utility name EXPDP. After that username and password, okay, space. After the space, just you need to mention directory, that means folder. So the backups you are taking, right? So where should we need to save the files, that is called folder. So in logically we can call it as a directory. After that, dump file. Dump file means the backup saving, how to save the backup file. Next, log file. So while during the backup, what are the files exported and what are the contents exported, you can save in log file. So directory, dump file, log file, and to speed up the process we can use the parallel parameter to speed up the process. Directory, this is a folder name, this is a folder name to save files. to save files in it. Dump file. This is the name of the backup file. This is for logging backup information. This is for speed up backup. This parallel depends upon the CPU count. Okay, parallel parameter will be depends upon CPU count. Example, if CPU count is equal to n, then you can go for maximum parallel is equal to n by 2. Safe side. Next, here full is equal to y. This is the one of the command. This is for taking full backup, full DB backup, full database backup. Or for example, schemas is equal to means only particular users. Schemas is equal to, you can give any schema name. Okay, schema name. You need to mention user's name. For which user you want to perform the backup. Okay, and tables are table spaces. That's it. So all these must be covered while during the backup command. Next, coming to the directory part. Okay, coming to the directory part. Here directory, it is a logical directory, should be created in database level to map with physical location. Physical location is nothing but, for example, physical in the sense we have already some mount point. Okay, user one, and I created some backup folder, export underscore backup. Okay, so we need to map that logical directory to this physical path. So how to do this? Just you need to connect to the database SQL plus SSS DBA. After that, create or replace. You can use replace, create or replace. If already there, just replace that directory. If it not is there, you need to create the directory. So most probably, to avoid the errors, you can use create or replace. Create or replace directory name export underscore backup as. Why you need to give? So if you give, it will show the second line as the physical path compulsory you need to give. Export same path you need to mention, enter. So it will create the directory. Okay, next we have to give the permission for the database to use that path, read write. The database should be able to read and write that files into that folder. That means physical path u01 export backup. How you give grant read comma write on directory name to public, or else in place of public you can give to system user or to sys, whatever it may be, and also either sys or system or William, whatever the user we are going to give, any user, it should have the permission to perform export and import data, pump operations. Okay, so all this is the explanation. The command is up to only this. In place of public you can utilize whatever you want, but that user must be able to perform the operations. Okay, so once the logical directory has been created, this is the most important thing: the folder creation, physical path folder creation, and directory creation. This is the very important in the data pump, either export or import. You should create this logical directory before going to take the backup. Now once everything is completed, let us see the example syntax to perform the backup. Okay, final syntax. Okay, let me take EXPDP. This is OS level command. Not, you have to enter this command not in SQL plus. Okay, only in OS level. That means Oracle user. Okay, and before doing EXPDP, before running the EXPDP command, we should export the environment variables, database environment variables. We should export database environment variables with help of dot space or a env. So it will ask for the SID, that means database name. You can enter required database name to perform the backup, either O or C, whatever the database you have, just you need to give that. Once this is completed, then it will works, otherwise command not found will come. So that is very important. Before that, EXPDP space username, I will take general standard user sys as sysdba. Now directory is equal to export underscore. So let me check to the second line because it's not appearing clearly, that's why I will give one by one, but you, for your side, you need to keep all this in single line only, no problem. Directory is equal to export underscore backup. Next, dump of file. I will take the full backup, right? Full Oracle DB backup. For example, to clearly remember zone, date, like just like a timestamp, extension with DMP. Next, log file, export export full ORCL DB backup This is also you can mention like the same dot log. So let me put this like this. Okay, log file also completed. Now important thing, parallel parameter. It should in real time always utilize parallel parameter to speed up the process. Just for the example purpose I am taking 2. Next. Next, full is equal to y database. Okay, and content is equal to all. So this is a format of the command. So if you give parallel, then you should mention the dump file here underscore percentage u. If you give the parallel, you should create underscore percentage u, because parallel 2 means it will create 2 dump files. Without parallel, there is no need of percentage u. Okay, percentage u in the sense it will create 2 dump files, dump 1, dump 2. If you are not interested to give the parallel, then just remove this, and also go to the dump file and just delete this. That's it, simple. We will see with parallel also we can run this command in the real time. We will see that also. Okay, now it's time to start the practical. I will save this. So here first I will check the database status. PS-F pipe repimon. PS-F pipe repimon. Database is running. How you are going to do this? Just this is the database for underscore pimon underscore RCL. Now database export environment variables dot space or inv orcl database. Once this is completed, go to cd0 u01 folder, check the existing folder names. I think already export underscore backup is already there. So for to re-explaining the same concept, I am going to remove this. Okay, I am going to delete this folder now. rm space rf export backup. Okay, now empty. Again I am creating mkdir export underscore backup lsfnl.h. Just it is created. cd export backup. There is no files, 0 files. Just mention the path u01 export backup. Okay, now connected to the database SQL plus DBA. So here I told you, right, create or replace directory, create or replace directory, export underscore backup as path, full path u01 export underscore backup. Simple. Directory created. Once directory created, you need to give the permissions. Grant, read, comma, write on directory, directory name, export underscore backup to public. Grant succeeded. Now it's time to perform the task. EXPDP. Okay, EXPDP space sys as sysdba next directory export underscore backup. Oh, just I given the enter. Maybe I will cancel this now. Okay, control C. Backup. After that, dump file dump file is equal to full Oracle DB export dot. If you want to remember the complete date timestamp, then just give for your reference. Then you can able to see or find easily when the backup has been performed, whether it is latest or not. You can able to identify with help of the date and timestamp. Okay, full Oracle DB export at end with .dmp. Next log file is equal to full export. Same you can give Oracle DB .log. Here I told you, right, after this directory dump file log file, then you need to give full is equal to y, content is equal to all, just enter. If the command is right, then it will show password, ask the password. Just give the password. If the password is correct, then it will start, the backup will start. So it started, right? Starting export backup. It is exporting the data, complete data. Just only our aim is to perform the backup without having errors. That means it depends upon the how the way you are going to perform the task. That depends upon the requirement. For example, sometimes we want to take the full backup, then you have to give the same kind of thing. If you want to take only schema, then you have to mention the schemas. If you want to take the table or some tables, then you have to give the tables. Or sometimes we need only structure of the tables, then you have to mention the table number of table names and content is equal to metadata only. So that will come under the requirement parts. But most probably, if the backup required, then we need to take the full backup or schema backup or table level backup. So these are the most frequently used backup methods instead of content. Sometimes we need content is equal to metadata, but here content is equal to all means everything. So here the testing database, that's why it will take a few that means within minutes backup. But in real time, if the data is more like 100 GB, 200 GB, 500 GB, 1 TB, 2 TB, if the data is more, then the time taken to complete the backup also increases. The time taken to complete the backup also will increase. First you try to practice the general method. Okay, first you try to practice the general syntax and what are the requirement. After that, we will able to try different approaches like in real time more scenarios. Okay, we will see number of scenarios which will give more and more explanation and insights into the data pump. Once the backups taken, we will also try to explain the restore process like with import, okay, IMPDP. In another database, we can able to import the data with help of IMPDP command, okay. The backup can be utilized within the same database as well as with the, in another database as well. That is the advantage of the data pump. Suppose if I am taking the backup in Warcell, then I will be able to restore the backup in another database like William database or our required database. So see here, the dump file has been saved and time taken to 2 minutes 52. So let me go to, already we have in the same folder, right? Just verify it. The dump has been created. The dump file is 3.8 MB, log file is 9.3K. So why we getting small size? Because there is no data in it, just like it is empty database. So this is how to perform backup. And if you want to change the backup mode to schema, just you need to mention schemas. So all is there now. Just go to and edit full is equal to I, right? Here instead of full is equal to I, schemas is equal to, for example, existing schemas, some existing schemas, Sita underscore HR. Also according to that you need to change this file names, Sita HR schema, just for our understanding. Log file, Sita underscore HR export. Okay, I think everything is good. Same, I am using the same backup folder location. Okay, enter, press enter. If everything is okay, then press enter. Enter the password. The password is correct, then it will start the export of the schemas. Only schema, one schema. That is called exporting the user data, taking the export of existing users. Simple, it is completed. Again you need to verify whether it is created backup or not. So backup has been created successfully. Dump file, log file. Okay, so log files are always used to verify what the dump file contains the data. For example, this is the dump file, we are not able to see the data inside it, but we can able to check what is the backup contains. The dump file contains information will be available in log files. That is why the log file is more important. If something goes wrong while during the data export and import, you can check the log files. Okay, during the backup I have errors, that's why I'm getting these errors. Like that you can analyze and try to fix the issues. This is very important to take the log files along with backups. This completes our export data pump EXPDP for schema and full database.